Hello, and for those of you who are first-time viewers, I am Mike Bergen, and I am Secretary-Treasurer of Teamsters Union Local 166, also Secretary-Treasurer of Teamsters Joint Council number 42, and Chairman of the Teamsters Joint Council 42 Southwest Building Materials and Construction Division. Welcome everyone, and today is Thursday, July 17, 2014 at approximately 10:30 a.m. In our previous video correspondence last week, I hope we clarified some of the issues and concerns that you have regarding the myths and half-truths that have been presented to you by Team Robertsons. Additionally, I hope you and your families have taken the time to address the questions that we posed in our last message. For those of you that are first-time viewers, I will post those questions on your website at www.robertsonsunite.com so that you and your families will have an opportunity to review them and then take the time to answer them to yourselves. You only have to answer them to yourself with the truth. Today, I want to talk to you about your upcoming representational election next week on Wednesday, July 23rd and Thursday, July 24th. As many of you are aware, this has been a long, hard, ugly fought organizing campaign that unfortunately has resulted in not only untruth and misleading information about our great union, but also severe acts of intimidation, punishment, retaliation, and constant fear brought upon you by your employer who graciously identifies themselves as Team Robertsons. Oh, and let's not forget the open door policy, as opposed to what everyone refers to as the Corona revolving door policy. In the past week, there has been much chatter and concerns regarding this representational election. With that being said, I want to speak with each and every one of you on the subject of observers at the location site for the election. For those of you who do not know this, all parties in this election are requested by the National Labor Relations Board to furnish the board agent with a list of their observers that will be present at all voting locations while you, the employees, are casting your secret ballot election vote. The observer's role here is to strictly observe and assist the board agent should there be any questions on matters of eligibility of employees to vote in the process or identification of people on or not on the list. I am sure by now that many of you are aware of your employer's choices of observers for the election, and many of you have expressed your opinions of these observers, which in some cases are hardly friendly to your rights of voting in this representational election. As I mentioned before, we too have a right to have observers present and are very pleased that you have fellow employees that have shown the intestinal fortitude to step up and volunteer to represent you and the Teamsters in this election, despite the acts of the company with their discrimination and their fear tactics. This, I'm sure you would all agree, could place our union observers in great jeopardy in their job once we comply with submitting their names to the board, who is required in turn to inform Team Robertsons of their names and the location of their work. They're required to do that. So if we name them, they're going to know up front who they are. So you all know your organizing campaign has been founded on the principles of honesty, disclosure, and most importantly, protection for all employees to avoid the retaliation of discipline should your Team Robertsons ever be made aware of your participation in this campaign. With this being said, we had to give very careful consideration to not violate our commitment to you that we would never jeopardize any of you for the sake of this campaign. So you all know. This also includes your fellow employees that up until now were willing to step forward and put their necks on the line as your union observers to ensure that you get a fair shake in your right to vote in a secret ballot election. I want to add at this time also a personal thanks for their dedication to you and this election despite the constant pressures being put on by Team Robertsons. After careful consideration, we've decided to not furnish those observers' names to the board, as our conscience would weigh very heavy should Team Robertsons elect to punish them for their actions and participation prior to or after the representational election process. You know how this company is. You know what they've done, and actions speak louder than words. As the term goes, no one left behind is exactly what this campaign has been about since January of 2013. I hope you understand why we elected to do this, and contrary to many opinions, accusations, and retaliatory comments by you-know-who, Robertson's team, we stand behind our decision as we continue to stand by you. No one left behind. I want to thank you for your time today, and I look forward to reaching out to you all next week to address a few more untruths and myths about and issues that have really no relevance at this time. What does have relevance at this time is your right to vote in a secret ballot election. That's what this is all about. That's what we've been focusing on since January of 2013. Your right to a secret ballot election for representation. I also want all of you to stay focused on the real issues of this campaign. And you need to know that for once in your life, you have an opportunity to have a voice in your employment at Team Robertsons. You have a right to say, I want to be union. You have a right to say, yes, Teamsters. Robertsons belongs to associations. Associations really aren't that much different than unions. They unite as one in their industry. Why are you being denied that right? Think about it. And with that, I thank you for your time. Vote yes, Teamsters. Thank you.